we moving in motion. Just gotta see if the live is. Say something, Masher. Say something. Say something.
Shalom. Shalom.
Yep.
Shalom. Shalom.
All right. Okay. Cool. Keep that same drive and that same energy. You know, came out here, to bring out the edification while we can. You know what I'm saying? All praise to Yahweh Shema Shai for giving us another day to actually teach his word to bring forth the hopeful elect. 12 tribes of Israel, man, to the best of our ability. You know, we don't come out here to make it seem like we're better than anybody. But we come out here to show that Yahweh Shema Shai is the true power that the world has forgotten. And it's not God, and it dang sure ain't Jesus Christ.
Right.
Right? So with that, we take it, King.
Alright. We are the Hebrew Israelites out here another week to prophesy the downfall of America and to bring back the lost sheep of the 12 tribes of Israel. Alright, back to repentance, back to their guidance, back to their true nationality. Alright, before we get started, we'll give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, double honors to our apostles at Great Millstone who taught us his truth through the Holy Spirit, who are the men that teach 100% truth of the doctrine of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua. Okay, and yeah, man, we're out here back at work, out here to edify, bring back the lost sheep to their true inheritance. All right, and before we're about to just get started, man. What do y'all? Go ahead,
the book of Matthew.
You gotta talk a little louder because we ain't got the mics.
The book of Matthew 24, verse 24. There shall arise false Hamashiachs, that false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Right now, you have a lot of false prophets out there. One top false prophet out there is Bishop Nate, so Bishop Noodle. So I hear. Saying that you can't hate Edomites. Another false prophet, well, why a false prophet? Majority of their kids are false prophets.
Yeah, because if you teach it off a little bit, then you teach it a lot. You know what I'm saying? So it gotta be the 100% truth, or it's a lot. You know what I'm saying? And now, with that being said, what I want to speak on is us brothers right here. We came up under the wrong umbrella. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High found us worthy. You know what I'm saying? He found us worthy. We thank Yahweh should be outside. And it's going to be a lot of other brothers that's coming out of those other camps. We see it. You know what I'm saying? And you know why? Because the doctrines are waxing worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? The true, sincere believers out of the camps will come up out of here, man. Watch, you're going to see it. The doctrines is getting worse. Every year is something new. And it's really showing you that these people are set up by the elites, man. All right, we can see it through the Spirit.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 21, and verse number 8. And it says, he said, this is Yahushua red letter, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, say, I am Hamashiach. And the time draweth near, it says, go ye not therefore after them. Right? So Yahushua already, we know that Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy, right? According to Revelation 19 and 10, right? But he prophesied that, guess what? That there were going to be many false Hamashiachs that are going to be out here, right? And he said, don't go near them, right? And the Yahweh Shema Shai is showing the fruits, right? Who is good fruit and who is bad fruit, even in this walk, man, right? Like we said, amongst these camps, right? And amongst some of these leaders in these camps, man, it's showing forth, man, because they're not adhering to sound doctrine in these last days, man, right? They're going off on their own little tangent, and they're going back to the so-called Esau's religion, man, and they just adding that in with a little Hebrew-like twist, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right, like the hell doctrine.
Right, saying that the lake of fire, which is America, shall burn forever and ever, and to somehow, some way, the 2/3 got to be resurrected back to the lake of fire and get continued burning forever. And that's a Christian.
In the other nations.
Yeah, and for some reason we're not allowed to hate them. For some reason, I mean, and you really think about that. If we're not allowed to hate Esau, how the hell we got a slave? Right. How the hell we got a slave either way? Right. We're not allowed to hate them. Right. Like that makes no sense. You really think about that.
And that's how you know that they in bed with the government. You know what I'm saying? They just keep trying to twist the doctrine up. I've seen plenty of videos where they saying like and all this and that. You know what I'm saying? But what they're doing is they're at least telling them you gotta twist it up a little bit. That's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, y'all just teaching falsely, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? What we supposed to do now? The scriptures do say the scriptures do say live peaceably among men. Right. Now, when we say we're gonna hate them, does that mean we're gonna run up in their house and stab them up? And no, you know what I'm saying? But when it says Esau have I hated, in our mind we know what you did to us. We know what kind of spirit you come in. Right. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures tell you that from birth they're just wicked. They're off. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know who you're dealing with.
And we know that there's no such thing as a white man. You know, right. It's like there's no such thing as a black man. You know, there's nationalities and who you come from. You know, hey, and the Most High hates the so-called Edomites. Man, it's not the so-called the Edomites, the wicked of the earth, man. Right? That Job talks about. Right? That all the scriptures continuously talk about, man. Right? So, like,
I got a precept. This is Sirach, the 50th chapter in the G&T, verse 25. There are two nations that I detest, and the third that does not even deserve to be called a nation. These are the Edomites, the inhabitants of the Philistine city, and the stupid Samaritans. I only just brought that out just to show that the nation of Idumea don't even deserve to be considered a damn nation, right? The Lord is dealing with them in a freaking punishment way, you know what I'm saying? They're going to be used as an example. We already see in Judah, the 5th chapter, when we come back to our Lord, they're going to eventually turn into a repro.
What do you think about this? You know, how about Shemashai is punishing us by having us serve the bases of men, right? The people who are cave dwellers, right? That's what we're doing right now, right? That's how he shows his power, man. And he has lifted up the man here, you know, probably eat his own gun, right? And damn, you know, didn't know how to bathe, right? And have him rule over the kings of the earth, man. You know what I'm saying?
They just all over. They all the way over. That's crazy.
Right.
You know, the basis of men are all the way over you.
Right.
That's crazy, bro. That's punishment.
That's how we know this is our last captivity.
Yeah,
this is the last punishment.
That's it, man.
I got
You
another
can't
one.
get no worse than this right here, man.
This is oh no, go ahead.
Look at Matthew 7, verse 15. That was on the last point. Beware of false prophets who come to you in sheep's clothing, inwardly they are ravening wolves. You shall know them by their fruits. Men gather breaking thorns and figs and thistles. When it says their fruits, it means by their works. You know, the things they put out. They put out all the glitz and glamour, the gimmicks, all the explosions, special effects, music, rap deals, and all that.
Elaborate weddings, right, all that stuff, man. We're in a time of mourning, man, and suffering, man.
It's songs.
Right. It's like we had our time when we partied all the time, we bullshit. We had that time, man. Now it's time to do this work, man. It's not time to be out here, you know, worried about, you know, hey, who's bringing something to the new moon, man. You know what I mean? It's not the time for that, man.
Hey, the deeper you get into these truths, man, you know, you start to see this, how serious this is. You know, you start to see how. I'm sorry. They got a main speaker up there. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? What you guys do? No, just curious. I just saw. Oh, we just teaching 12 tribes of Israel. We teaching people who are on this side of Israel. That's what we teach. On this side of Israel, on both sides. What's your nationality?
Have been created, have been Jew. Yeah.
Yeah, you never know. Right. It's all about the spirit. Right. You got Israelite, because what we're teaching up here is that the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, they are the Israelites according to the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Those are names that was bywords that was put on us. So
Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans.
for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But you do have Israelites that's amongst all other nations because we were scattered on the four corners of the earth. James, prophesied that we were scattered on the four corners of the earth. Okay. So it's not what you really, it don't really matter what you look like. You know what I'm saying? You can look like a typical Caucasian man, but that don't mean that you're right. Don't really mean. You could be an Israelite through the spirit. Your great grandfather could be an Israelite, but for the most part, that's what we're teaching.
On my mom's side, there's a little black in her family.
Oh, okay.
So,
Now the lineage goes by your father.
Right.
You don't believe it?
Your father carries the seed. The father is the seed carrier. So the lineage of your father.
Yeah, that's it.
That's how you.
Right.
father.
Right. Fathers, Numbers 1 and 18.
This history-based subject.
Right.
No genealogy in the Bible goes by the father's lineage.
Right. Because the father holds the seed. Well, so whatever the father is, that's what the child is. Like if I had a baby by a so-called Chinese person, the baby would be what I am. The baby's pedigree would be what I am. You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my ex-wife was Japanese, and my kids have, my daughter had blue eyes.
Oh wow, yeah, right. You took on your fathers.
And my son had kind of like hazel, so it wasn't fully brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But to be honest, I mean, to be fair, part of her lineage, there's a little bit of Russian in her blood. The Japanese took over some of the Chinese territory, and there's some wars going on. I don't know, I'm mixing going.
Oh, okay.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 1, and verse 18, because I know brothers were just speaking. It says, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old upward by their pools. So it goes by like the offspring, the seed of the father.
Right.
And we're the only ones that hold that, if you got, McNuggets.
Right.
But the Lord made it that way. You know what I'm saying? It makes it's order. You know what I'm saying? The men are the patriarchs of the generation. Women are not. They just bear children.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the woman's DNA don't have the value of knowing the nationality or where you come from.
I mean, when the seed, the children, they'll look like their mother. They'll take some traits of the mother. But, the seed line definitely comes from the father. You are the father.
See, Israel, the father. So Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Israel had 12 sons. Right? One of these are the tribes of the nation of Israel. So one of the 12 tribes. That's where the children of Israel are. And that's their forefathers. So if you were a so-called Negro or American black, you would know the tribe of Israel, right? According to Judah, Judah is they call it Jesus, right? How it's shot, right? Right.
I got a preset for that. This is just to go off of what we talked about.
It's a lot of information, by the way, so I'm not sure I'm taking it all in.
It's a lot.
But this is just going on a prophecy to fit the southern kingdom, right? So this is Deuteronomy 28. Of course, y'all should know where I'm going. 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. In Exodus, the 20th chapter, the second verse. Egypt being bondage. They will go to bondage again. It says, by the way thereof I spake unto them, thou shalt see it no more again.
So when Moses took the children of Israel out of Egypt, they didn't take a ship, they walked. They walked through the sea, right? The sea was split, they walked. There's no reason to take a ship. So this prophecy says that they're gonna does it read it again? It's like
the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right? So this is not talking about ancient Egypt, right? It's talking about another Egypt, right? go to the book of Revelation 11 and 8. This is called spiritual Sodom and Egypt, right? Because Egypt was bondage, slavery. So it said, basically what it's saying is you're going to go into slavery again, this time with ships, right?
This is Revelation chapter 11. Revelation chapter 11, verse 8. It says, "And their dead bodies shall lie in the streets of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt." That's talking about America.
Right.
It says,
Babylon.
right. It says, where also our Lord was crucified.
Right.
So, yeah, man. So us being over here in Egypt, this is the modern day Egypt, right? Which is slavery, because we was brought over here on chains to be slaves. You know what I'm saying? But
The Lord was crucified.
No, he wasn't spiritually.
Right,
Spiritually, he was, because how people misuse the information of the scriptures.
Right.
We call him Jesus in this land. In this land, real name is Yahweh.
They can pick something that somebody else.
Yeah.
He looked like Caesar Borgia. You know Caesar Borgia?
No.
Caesar Borgia. That's the
Italian.
image of what they say.
Oh,
Jesus
the
looks
white
like.
guy with the beard and
that's
everything.
not.
I'll give you a picture.
That's how he was spiritually crucified on the side. You know. So and the scriptures tell you that God. It's in as burnt rag, right? In the furnace, right? Take something and burn it in fire. With dark.
Yeah.
So that was the description of how it shot.
But yeah, lock.
Oh, this is what the general image is. Yeah.
And it tells you that Caesar Borgia, father Pope Alexander, under the Roman Catholic Church, he had made his son a picture by putting him up as Jesus Christ in the Western world. Caesar had sex with his own sister. He killed his brother Giovanni, who was actually considered a Dutch, right? And when you go into the book of Wisdom of Solomon, which is an apocrypha called the Hidden Books, it tells you that Pope Alexander, he was born of his son.
Right.
So he made Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci have a contest to draw who could draw the best picture of his son. And Leonardo da Vinci is the same one that drew Mona Lisa, but he drew the Jesus picture way before he drew Mona Lisa. And this is all in history, because when you go into the Maccabees, you have to know history to understand that the Europeans or the Romans, they seek out in the books to know the image of the people in the Bible.
Right.
So that's why in all history, those people are noted in movies and in books a different nation. They don't look of how they look when you see it in the scriptures.
Right.
Can I bring that out real quick? Yeah, bring it out. All right. Chapter 3 and verse 48, it says, "Laid open the book of law, and therein has sought to paint the likeness of their image." Right? So in the scriptures it tells you, like you said, what the outside looks like. What they did was they painted a picture contrary to what it was. Something said that they laid open the books. And they laid open the books of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images. Right. So he painted them to make them look like equals. That's what iconoclasm is. Right. If you ever seen, there's a book called Russian Icons, where it's all ancient pictures. You see it, they're all dark melanated people. From Moses, Abraham, Yahushua, they're all that. But they show where it was painted over. Painted it in the likeness of their image.
Right. And there's two main powers that have history pictures of the true Israelites: Russia and the Vatican. The Roman Catholic Church has history books and pictures of all the so-called actual Israelites.
Right. They got the apocrypha. Like if you go on this book right here, the apocrypha means hidden books. This right here is really a part of the KJV. You know what I'm saying? I got a book, matter of fact.
But this is Wisdom of Solomon that I was quoting. Chapter 14, verse 15. "For a father afflicted with untimely mourning, when he have made an image of his child soon taken away, now honor him as a god which was then a dead man. He delivered to those that were under him ceremonies and sacrifices. Thus in process of time an ungodly custom grown strong was kept as a law. Engraven images were worshipped by the commandments of kings." So after, like, during the time, like in the Renaissance, they switched the whole understanding on how you're supposed to teach the Bible, because they sought our images. So they wanted people to teach what the Romans saw, because it was really in the time of the Greeks and the Romans. When the Romans came up, they switched the whole thought of religion or teaching. You know what I'm saying? So they had to not destroy the words, but they had to make some type of whitewash understanding, and it made the whole earth confused. So when you dig in these scriptures, it's really a mystery. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wasn't going to Isaiah 65:15, because our people is not called none of those names.
Right.
So we're called by those people will be called a whole new name.
Right.
And so that's why right now we really go by the spirit going to know who our people is, because you would have to know history. You would have to know if your forefathers or your family was oppressed, or were they the oppressors, right? Were they of lower class, or were they of higher class? It's just so much when it deals with the scriptures, because Israel is tossed to and fro, and we're four corners of the earth.
Yeah.
And some of them rich, some of them poor,
Yeah.
but we just don't know our history. Brothers gotta appreciate it.
That's a quick breakdown.
Interesting.
We out here for that.
Interesting. Very, very cool. I've never heard of this.
Oh,
Is there a
okay.
particular, like, you know, sect you call yourself? Or is
We don't have a particular set.
Yeah, we're just Hebrew Israelites.
yeah, I'm just curious, you know. Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, we're just Hebrew Israelites of the scriptures.
Oh, very cool.
Right. That's how I know this.
You know, the church, I mean, they took the scripture message.
Yeah, I'm head with your now.
Regardless of what
Everything good. I'll let y'all.
The original spiritual message is there, but it's kind of like masked over. Yeah, and that's how you control. If you don't do what we say, you're just gonna happen.
Right.
I mean, the spiritual message.
Right. That was pages. Talked about fakes, man-made fakes.
Yeah.
Talk about
Right.
set up. Right.
I mean, if you look at the real true spiritual message, it's compassionate love. It's not fear and control.
Well, it's not. It's the gospel, right? Can we bring the gospel? Can you give me Luke 4:17? Not here. Right. This is the gospel. I get that. I got you.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 4. Luke 4:17. It says, Luke 4:17. It says, and there was delivered unto him the book of the prophet Isaiah. It's talking about
How was shot, right? How was shot getting delivered. Back then, the book was probably like a scroll.
right.
Okay.
It says,
And it's the book of Isaiah is what he got.
Right.
Like now we have all the books together right here.
Right. He was quoting what was quoted in the Old Testament, right? Isaiah chapter 61. It says, right. It says, and when he had opened the book, he found the place where it was written, the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai is upon me, because he have anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He have sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives.
Right. Right. Somebody give me
Right. You actually just said, we just read it, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68, that we brought over here as what? As slaves. You know what I'm saying? And so those are who the captives are.
Luke chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity. Right. But thou hast scattered us to all the iniquities of our fathers, right, which departed from Yahweh Shah our right. So we got over here through captivity. Right. Slave ship.
Right. By the reason of us breaking the commandments of the Heavenly Father, our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? It says, what's that? Jeremiah 28:31, where it says we know, or Lamentations 5:7, we were born in the iniquity of our forefathers.
Yeah.
Right. Luke 4:6 it says, you were sold to the nations, right? Because you got off the slaves and you were sold, not for your destruction, but because you moved the Most High to wrath, right? You were delivered unto enemies, right? So that's because you wanted to serve other guys, you wanted to do other things. The Most High put us into captivity, brought us here to America. This is where we're at. This is Babylon. This is modern day Egypt, all in one, right? So that's what it's saying. Yeah. So it's saying delivery of the captive, right? Captives, right? Talking about children of Israel, right? because even when you select, even in Native Americans, right? Dad, Issachar, Northern Kingdom, when they were over here, right? The so-called Edomites came, grabbed them, brought them to Spain. That's how they speak Spanish,
Right.
do all that stuff. They were taken the same way. Like it's all, we all go through these curses that are in here.
Right.
That's
Like
how
the
we
Spaniards,
know.
the Spaniards, they might see that this
Right.
It's a different dialect, right?
They
Which is
Rome
Spanish.
was Spain.
Right.
Italian.
Right. Okay, this is the book of we back at Luke chapter 4, verse I'm gonna read 18 again. It says, "The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor." And this is the red letter. This is who the world calls Jesus talking. It says, "He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and to recover the sight and recover of sight to the blind." Right,
So,
the
right,
blind.
right. Like, so we are the blind, right? Because we didn't know who we were, right? We didn't know who we were. We didn't know where we came from. You know, all we knew was, hey, maybe we came off the west coast of Africa, blah, 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 blah. But now, we're understanding, right, according to the prophecy, Deuteronomy 30, 1-3, come call to mind who we are in these last days in the land of our captivity, right?
It says to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
So the acceptable year of the Lord is the year of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, right? Right?
We got it.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
But no, but the acceptable year of the Lord, you know, it's talking about the day of the Lord. That's the day of judgment. That's what everybody, what do they call it? Armageddon. Yeah, you know, they call all that. But what that is this place here, Babylon, is going to be destroyed.
Right.
By ICBM missiles.
Right.
Like those intercontinental ballistic missiles that Russia, China, Iran, all of them have. They're going to shoot this place. World War. It's going to be 200 million ICBM missiles going to hit this place, and this is going to be the lake of fire. 1 hour. Because if you have one nuclear, right, it melts elements, right? Yeah. According to like 2 Peter 3 and 10. But 200 million is going to make this look. That's what John was pointing.
Yeah.
What he saw was a lake of fire because there were so many thermal nuclear bombs that hit this place. Right. And it's only going to hit Babylon, right? Well, for the most part, the majority, right? This is going to be turned into a lake of fire. This place is going to be inhabitable, right? From ever. That's everybody in here, everything is based on the house. Utterly destroyed, like Sodom and Gomorrah, right? Right.
That's why you hear a lot of this UFO talk. You hear about you see about the UFOs and all that in the sky. That's what hey, those are the vehicles of the angels. They're going to help destroy this place and being with the elect.
Right. It's a lot. It's a lot. People, they read the scripture, they don't get
They look at it as a comic book.
Right. They don't believe it's real. They don't.
It's too complex.
It's not formed. Only the servers. What's that? Amos. Only the servers. Amos 3 and 7. Only the real servers understand comprehend what the scriptures are talking about.
Just real quick. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. It says, "The secret things belong unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai our power, but those things which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever, right, that we may do all the words of the law." And if you go up to verse 1, 29 and 1, it says, "These are the words of the covenant which Yahweh Shem Yahushai commanded Moses to make with the children of Israel, right, in the land of Moab, besides the covenant which he made with Moab." So these scriptures are given to us to understand. You know, but those who are chosen, basically, the elect. And there's an elect of the children. Not all Israel is going to be saved. Right. Right. 2/3 are going to die here in America. Right. One, the third, but the third, 144. Right. 1/3.
1/3 is going to be saved. The rest get burned up.
The one that's going to
What that's gonna happen?
Yeah.
The prophecies.
Yeah,
We can't really tell. We
when the
can't tell
prophecies
you
get fulfilled.
on all the prophecies.
But you gotta measure the times.
Right.
Because each thing is gonna have its appointed time. You gotta wait for the famine of the word. We ain't gonna be teaching on the corner. You gotta wait for confusion.
Matthew 24, Matthew 24, 36. Of that day and hour, no man, no, not the angels of heaven, from my father owns it. You don't know exactly when it's going to happen. The only father can know.
We can tell you the prophecy.
Right.
The prophecy. Right now, they can tell you that.
But I'm saying, like, you see by these lockdowns come back in again.
Oh,
Yeah. World War III's crime on the rise.
Right.
Lately, China sent over four planes go around Taiwan. So lately, in a certain amount of Taiwan, so World War III crime on the rise. Decided to go cashless. Building that MOTV. MOTV. When I say MOTV, that means early 1960s. Mark the beat. Mark the beat is Mark. Right. So-called RFID. So that's the thing they got to put out a main pro level. Right. So it's everyone to take in order to buy and sell.
That's in the scriptures.
The Lord told us not to take it. And if we take it, then we're going to get rid. Then we're going to destroy it. Bring it out. Show them real quick. This is probably the last one we get back. It was about Revelation 14:9. 13 to follow the same with a loud voice, and they that worship the beast and evil shall receive the mark of the forehead by his hand. Right. That's the thing. If you look at these actually world, this society is going cashless. All right. You know about the CBDC and the vaccinations and all of that.
Oh yeah.
You know about all that. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to force
Brexit,
everything.
right?
Yeah. They're trying to force all the nations to go cashless. So they're going to try to force a chip inside of you. Inside of your hands.
Well, I mean, what's going to happen is the hyperinflation.
Yeah, they're gonna crash it out.
Right, these investments are going to be worthless.
Right.
Cryptocurrency is going to work.
Right.
Like yesterday, I just won 100 grand with the gold. Because
That's smart, right? Yeah.
They're predicting essentially that gold is going to be 20 grand an ounce. So I bought about 55 ounces of it.
Yeah, that's smart.
They like over there in Australia. They know that Australia is going cashless.
He over here
So they're
smart.
trying to go cashless.
He just spent 100,000 on gold.
In that system,
Right.
get rid of cash.
That's I actually lost most of my money in the stock market a couple years ago. So yeah, divorce, almost committed suicide. Yeah, a couple scars on the wrist, that type of shit. So, but I mean, I've gone through a kind of a spiritual awakening myself.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
See things differently.
Because they say in the later end, people will try to seek death and won't find it.
Right.
So you didn't find it.
And I stabbed myself in the heart 4 times.
Oh yeah. Damn.
Yeah, the bleeding just stopped.
Yeah. He was looking for death and couldn't find it.
That's crazy.
Wow. I know I punctured my heart on the 4th one. I felt like it was cold, and my wrists were just bleeding out, and it just stopped. So I'm like, well, I guess it's not my time yet.
Yeah, who knows? Want you to see something.
You want you to see, right? Right. That's right here.
Verse 10. Save to drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation.
Right. So don't take that shit. Do not take it. They force it on you. Hey, you want to eat, don't you? You gotta have faith. It's all about having faith. You gotta really believe in this. You know what I'm saying? The real believers, they're not gonna take that shit. But this is what they're trying to force out here to the people. So this is the main prophecy that we're waiting for. Because we know once this happens, that the Lord is on his way back. Hey man, that's just what it is. We don't we live normal lives, but we know that we know hell is coming. But once that hell comes, we know that this is real. You know what I'm saying? We know that we live in that what we've been teaching the whole time. So once this happens, we know it's only gonna be a certain amount of time before we out of here, man. That's what we want. We want to get out of here. We're sick. We got 400 years of oppression in our blood. You know how we locked up in prisons, we was grown up in the ghetto and all of that. We sick of that. We're ready to get up out of here.
There's some really risky solar mass injections.
So what?
Some solar flares.
Oh yeah.
And they've had a couple already over the last couple of years. They've knocked out systems, but there's some big ones.
They're predicting the power to go out.
And that's very well could facilitate the crash of the financial system.
Right.
It's like an EMP, like an electromagnetic pulse.
Yeah.
It just basically knocks out all the electricity.
Yeah, we know about all that.
If it does that worldwide if it's a really massive solar injection, coronal mass injection, it can knock out powerful lots of negatives. Literally.
And it only gonna take like a month to really do. Not even that. It's gonna take a week because you got people who the power's out. You got people on life support. You got people with dialysis. You got all these different things. When the power goes out, there's gonna be a lot of death.
It's going to be months without power.
Yeah, but that's gonna be just like Exodus happening.
But like you were saying, the wrath, you're gonna feel the wrath. The wrath is the day of the Lord, right? This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10. It says, "The day of the hour will come in the thief of the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise." That noise goes, "I see a visitor." Boom. It says, "And the elements shall melt with fervent heat," right? Because you can only think of something that can melt elements. It's nuclear power, right?
Yeah.
Nuclear can melt elements. Right? Everything is an element. All things are pretty much made of the element, right?
Yeah.
It says, "And the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up." Right? That's talking about right here in this place, Babylon. Right? All this stuff that you see, no more.
Yeah, so basically that's what we out here to.
Right?
We out here to
No, it's very
important. You're to watch it. Yeah, that's what we're here to do.
No, it's very interesting stuff.
Believe in your outburst,
Right.
That's how you gotta get salvation. Believe in, trust in your outburst.
Right.
So rely on him. So you'll guide you correctly.
Right.
Very insightful. I appreciate it, guys.
Right.
I'm Jim, by the way.
Yeah, I'm saying. Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys.
You too.
I'm Jim. Yeah, nice meeting you. Very good stuff. Very insightful. I'm actually going to grab my food tonight. Yeah, you guys take care.
You too. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 16. And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was there, and the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there. Man, this is anything under the sun is our judgment. Man.
Place of judgment.
Right, until the Lord give us that glory, man. That Yahweh said he wanted that same glory he had in the beginning. If you don't desire that glory, that the Most High is going to promise the elect. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, the Lord not going to have you ready for the things that's to come. So I just had to bring that out just because when we was just talking to him when he said something about hell, and this is how you know this place is a judgment for Israel. Man.
Right.
This is hell for us.
How you know, he asked you a good question, when do we know when this is coming, right? Yahweh said in Luke chapter 12, I'm starting at verse 54, it says, "And he said also to the people, when ye see a cloud rise out of the west, straightway you say, there cometh a shower, and so it is." Right? And he said he got to go get his jacket because he knows it's cold, right? That's how you know winter and fall is coming, right? It says, "And when ye see the south wind blow, you say, there will be heat, and it cometh to pass." It says, verse 56, "Ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky and of the earth, but how is it that ye do not discern this time?" Right? We understand through the discernment of time, right? Through the scriptures, right? 2 Ezra 9, right? What is that? Luke 21, Matthew 24. Right? We understand that we are living in the last day. We understand the time that we're living in, right? We understand if the Yahweh Shemashai has us out here standing out here, that we must be in the last days, right? Otherwise, we wouldn't be out here standing out here prophesying and trying to warn the people, man, of death and destruction coming, man. Right. You know?
Oh, that's a great. That's a spirit. Yo, for real, man. That's great. Second Ezra chapter 9, and verse 2. It says, "Then shalt thou understand that is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made."
It's like we bring this out damn near every week, right? Because it makes sense, right? Because we know that we are living in these days, man, right? And it explains to you what's about to happen, right? We're out here to prophesy. How do you prophesy? Is you speak something before it happens, right? And the scriptures, these were written thousands of years ago, right? And these things hold up true to this day. That's how we know this is a true and faithful word, man, right?
It says, "Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world."
Morocco.
That's right.
We just had a major earthquake, right? Killed over 2,000 people, right?
Yeah.
You got that. You got flooding damn near in Atlanta. You got flooding in Liberia. I think it was Liberia. You got, all these things are happening, right? Go ahead, Salaki.
Verse 4 says, "Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning."
Even from the beginning, right? Just like in Deuteronomy, where Yahweh Shai told Moses that we, the people, the Israelites, would go off, right? Would stop worshiping him and start worshiping other gods, and they will have a time of trouble, right? And right now, guess what? We're getting into that time of trouble, right? But this was all prophesied even from Deuteronomy, right? But this was prophesied even from the beginning, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5, "For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest."
The end is manifest. It's gonna come, man. It's gonna show itself, right? Manifest. You basically, what do we have? We always, whenever we speak on something, it always manifests itself right in front of us. It pops right up in front of us, man. Just like we prophesied at the end, guess what? It's gonna manifest itself. It shall come to pass, right? When the scriptures say it shall come, that means it's gonna happen.
That's right.
I mean, it's not gonna, not happen and maybe. No, it's going to happen, right?
Verse 6, "Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works and endings and effects and signs." Verse 7, "Every one that shall be saved, then shall be able to escape by his works and by faith." It says, "Whereby ye have believed." That's right, man. So everybody, everyone, when these horrible times come, you're going to be saved by your faith, man.
Right.
All right? And when you got faith, you're going to do works. You know what I'm saying? They come together. They go hand in hand. It's a lot,
What you just said in verse number 6, it says, "Even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works," right? So the beginning of our nation, right? We came out by the right hand of Yahweh Shai with great glory, right? We came out of Egypt, right? And his name was known. It says, and endings and effects and signs, right? Right now, we're seeing all types of blood moons, blue moons.
Yeah.
We see the chariots of the Lord flying around, right? It's going to be, when you talk about the end of a movie, right? This is going to be the greatest ending ever, man. The greatest ending ever. When brothers start getting beamed up, you know what I'm saying? Up into these things that everybody's looking at, it's gonna be crazy, man.
And our
Brothers get spiritual powers or something.
The other thing too, men,
Right.
men are covetous,
Right.
very covetous, man. The whole world is chasing something that's not gonna be worth nothing,
Right.
which is money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Women is half Barbie, half human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey man, they got AI out here,
Right.
robots and shit running around. Hey man, this place is finished.
It says, and endings and effects and signs, man. It's gonna be a whole lot of special effects, man. The power is pretty out by shit outside.
Hey, just last week they was putting signs in the sky,
Right.
smiley faces and
Solid
shit.
faces, right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they
Right.
can manipulate the elements, man.
Right.
That just goes to show you right there that they can control the clouds, man. They put a smiley face up there, bro.
Salaki, I seen I don't know if it was New York City. They had drones, and they made the drones different shapes. They had it like as a panther. They had it as a dolphin. It was like a 3D effect, man, where all these drones all at once were doing these different things. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
Yeah, man. This is, yeah, man.
The beast with the miracles, and that's how they got deceived
Right.
by those miracles.
Right. Sorcery that they have, man.
Witchcraft.
Right.
That name 3 or 4. Name chapter 3. Name chapter 3 verse 4. Because the multitude of mortals of the well-favored harlot, mistress of witchcraft, the fellow nations through a whoredom, the family through a witchcraft. Hey, that's what America. Well, that's what Esau learned. Witchcraft, sorcery, technology, technology, the internet,
Right.
all this shit, witchcraft, all this media effects, like Project Blueprint, Blueprint.
Right.
So what you gotta believe later on. That gotta be a stand witchcraft. So,
And our people have they've drunken the wine of this stuff, man. You can look at can look at Eve, man. A lot of Eve is in the witchcraft, man. The stuff that they put on their face, man. right? That's
Yeah, they
just
take
all
that makeup off. They
right.
look like, they
A
look,
whole different
man,
person,
they
man.
look, man, they be at 9 with that makeup. Take that
Right.
makeup off there at 3. You
Right,
like,
right.
damn, you look like
A solid
you
2.5.
look so right. You look different as hell.
Right,
That
right,
shit-
right.
That is crazy.
But that's all the sorcery and the witchcraft of this place, man.
And every time you see somebody on, just say you see him on social media, you see him in person, you like,
Right, that's
you look,
it.
you look
Right,
half,
right.
you look half decent. Like you don't look nowhere near how you look in your picture.
And what's so crazy too is, like, if you go on YouTube and you can watch somebody traveling around the world, and you can see Esau's his basically style all across. You can go everywhere, right? You go to all these different nations who had their own style and their own flavor, and they out here rocking, damn jeans and tennis shoes and doing their, doing the ways of Esau, man.
This is Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, and I'm gonna read verse 1 to. I'm gonna just start at 1. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh Shema Shai, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind, and will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow, and against him that lifteth himself up in his burgaden, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. Thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans, and they that are thrust through in her streets. For Israel have not been forsaken, nor Judah his people. For Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel, flee out the midst of Babylon and deliver every man his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity. For this is the time of Yahweh Shem Yahushai's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense."
Right, Salakia, real quick. This her, right? We know it's talking about Babylon, right? The whore, right? Now think about even in the world. Think about in the world when a man gets tricked by a whore, man. Right? How mad you are. You know what I'm saying? Just think about how mad a man is that he's got tricked by some hoe. You know what I mean? What more the nations tricked by this place, this wicked place, Babylon, man, who was the ultimate whore, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People are gonna be highly upset,
Right.
And that's why this place is gonna be destroyed, right? You see men ready to kill a woman over something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What more? All the stuff that they have tricked them into, man, by the sorceries and the witchcraft, man.
Right. And that's why all the nations are gonna bend the bow at Babylon.
Right.
And we already seen it when brothers was just talking about brick.
She's burning everybody, huh?
Right.
She's
No,
burning
that's
everybody.
like
That's
Usher.
just like she.
That's who Usher was talking about.
Right.
And you got to know, when all the nations went to brick, that shows you that they fed up.
Right.
They fed up. And hey, if we break under their money, they don't have no control over us.
Right.
Now America is going spiral. But the only thing though, they're allies. That EU and NATO, America is still a power to fucking deal with. Excuse my language. Right. Verse 7: Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh Shem Yahushai's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Now, okay, I got you. This is Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, starting at verse 20. In the G&T, it says, "He will sharpen his stern anger into a sword. In the forces of nature," which would be the elect, because it says in the KJV, "The world will join him in battle against those who are foolish enough to oppose him." So it's going to be the elect. Let me just go to the
Also,
KJV.
Salakia, you can think about that too as the wild beasts, right? The what is it? The spirits that were made for vengeance. You got all these wild beasts kind of coming back to their true self now, right? All these things too are going to all be made to take on, what's going on, man.
God. Read it again. It says, "His severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword, and the whole the world shall fight with him against the unwise." And when you look, say if we was to go to John 3:16, that world is going to really go into a government, right? But who is that government? The elect. The elect is going to be the battle axe for Yahweh. Right? We're going to be the ones that he use vengeance through us, right? It says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds as from a well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark.
Talking about the nukes,
Right.
Nukes, they ain't gonna miss their target, man.
Con,
They
and
going straight to wherever they gonna bang off on, bro.
right.
You know, they hitting
Second
where it's
Ezra
gonna
16.
hit. That's right.
Tennessee.
Yeah, target, boom, right on the
Right.
target.
Right.
It says,
Right at that corner where we was at, bro.
Nickel, right on
Right,
the corner.
right.
It's
Right
gonna
at that
hit that
corner, right where we was preaching.
Right.
Yeah, right,
It's-
right.
it said, hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow.
Salakia. I'm sorry, Salakia. Now, remember what it says, set a mark upon them, right? Think about where every brother's been setting their mark, teaching this stuff. These could be the targets that these missiles come at, right to them. That's where you hit it right there. You know what I'm saying?
You know how you in the air, just you play like an airplane game or something.
Right.
You like targets, and then the target go all on them, man.
Right.
That's how the nukes gonna lock here. The nukes gonna be locked on all the targets.
We set our mark all across. You know, Yahweh Shemashah has people everywhere, all over the place, marking the spots of this place, man. And they said go in the chief corner house, right? So all these major cities, hey, gonna be done. You know what I'm saying?
Right. About to hide underground,
Right.
Go right under there and blow your ass right that one.
Yo, on the plane, you on the plane, you know, I know I was on the plane. How about sitting on shot, man? You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
It said, shall they fly to the mark, and the hailstones full of wrath shall be cast as out of a stone bow, and the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them. So just like when you can go to Exodus, the 9th chapter, verse 23, Exodus 14, 27, 28, just like how the waters came on the Egyptians, all those missiles is going to flood America, just like the Red Sea, from all different angles. It wasn't just the left or right. When that water fall, it's coming forward, behind them, left and right. And it's no way that the Egyptians could escape. Even if they held their breath, it was nothing. All that pound of, all that pounds of, yeah. So when those nukes come, it's not gonna be enough time for you to get in an airplane. Yeah, it's over. It says, flood shall cruelly drown them, yet a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away. Thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth. In ill dealing, this is why I really go to the GNT. The last verse, lawlessness will be the ruin of the whole world. Evil actions will cause governments to fall, right? And this is why when I went to Jeremiah 50:51 to show that Babylon has fell, man. Isaiah 47:1, Babylon sit down in the dust, right? And they're going to sit down because of all their evil actions. It's showing, it's letting people know that this place is fucking wicked, right? Brothers.
This book, Revelation, the book of Revelation 17:16.
Uh-huh.
And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, he shall take the whore, and shall make her desolate, and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire.
She burned them.
Right.
Been burning them this whole time.
They gonna turn to get burn their ass, burn her ass. Put her-
10 horns talking about EU.
Right.
The Lord, those nations gotta come against Babylon.
Right.
And every other nation.
Right.
All enemies like China, Russia, India, all of
Because really, they weren't America's friends, right?
Right.
Think about it, right? Because all they got their friends was taking over power and respect. That's what it was, right? When they lose that, then
What
who
they
wants
have?
to be right? Who wants to be right?
Everybody got to do now.
Right.
You know? This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans and be as the eagle before the flock. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon in a symbol of great nations from the north country, and they shall set them in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of the mighty expert men. None shall return in vain. That's right, man. See? So man, man, none of the arrows that's gonna come and hit Babylon is gonna return in vain.
No malfunction.
Yeah.
Ain't no whoops, missed target. You know how right now, you got Kim Jong Il and them, they shooting the missiles out and whoops, malfunction. Damn, hit into the ocean. And these things are not gonna miss.
Yeah, and actually,
Perfect.
all of those other Edomite countries, man, they gonna burn this damn place up, bro.
Right.
Look, mainly Russia. If you read what's that, Ezekiel 38, Ezekiel the 38th chapter, that Gog and Magog, hey man, the North countries, man, that's Russia, man. They gonna come and burn this damn place up, man.
Of course, they gonna put looking
You
y'all.
Yeah, what's that? Edomite versus Edomite, man. What's that?
Russia and Germany, bro, Russia and Germany, they got the best technical engineers over there.
Actually, the average American, the average American still think America got the best technology.
Nah,
While you ask them, they still be thinking, there's no way they have technology. Yeah, okay.
America has the best influence out of the whole
It's a
world.
lot because
Got it, bro.
Teaming is Teaming are the Germans, right? And we know even after World War II, a lot of those so-called Nazis or whatever, like a lot of them were hidden, and the stuff that they understood, right? America got, and I'm sure these other Edomite countries got, because their knowledge was, it said wise as people. You know what I'm saying? They're like the wisest of the Edomites.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Germans.
Right.
The wisest of the Edomites.
Right.
They got back in the day when
That's why the Omenheimer's, however you say their name, they're more wealthy from what they say, that they're more wealthy than the Rothschilds, because they have money in diamonds. They're known in history for killing those damn Africans and Israelites for one ruby. They found one ruby and they killed the whole family for one ruby. And they're known for why America has so many diamonds. Let alone their family is the reason why nukes are in the United States.
Let's do the sword, right? Think about stricter weapons. Right? How much money do they have to, making weapons and doing all this stuff.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, everything upgraded. Before they was using arrows, spears, they upgraded. And just because they upgraded, Esau's weapon is going to always be his sword. It doesn't matter what it is, let alone technology is probably his greatest weapon outside of a nuke. The greatest weapon. Like, he can look at your phone.
Is technology.
You know, it is. It is.
A nuke, that's technology.
But that
But that's
joint
the
go
sword.
boom.
That's really what his technology is for. That's to destroy.
That go
You know what I'm
boom.
saying? His blessing is a sword. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? And that's what the nuke is, a modern day sword, man. It's ultimate sword, man.
Yeah, that's his
You know,
finisher.
and it's so crazy. But guess what? You know what's so crazy? How you not wise enough to come together with your own? You know,
Right.
How could you conceive yourself like the Russians not even? You know what I'm saying?
Satan against Satan.
That's just wicked, bro. That's why the scriptures call them the wicked of the fucking earth, man. All right, they can't even get along with their own damn people. Those are the Russians. We don't like them. That's your damn brother. Y'all Edomites. That shit is crazy.
And it's crazy with us, ours is more spiritual.
Yeah.
We grew not to like
Right.
one
We
another.
learned that from them.
Yeah.
We learned to hate our brothers from them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They taught us the gangster mentality.
Right.
You know, putting certain movies out in the 40s and 50s and 60s.
Yeah, but I'm saying like in the time of the Southern and Northern Kingdom, the differences of like one might be better, or we had this certain king that was probably had more flavor than that king.
Right.
You know, because the Northern Kingdom had 19
the curses.
kings and all of them was bad. The Southern Kingdom had 20, but only 8 of them was good. You know, but ours is more spiritual. That's what I was trying to say.
It's the curses. The curses.
But with Esau, it's just they naturally dislike each other.
don't like each other.
Yeah, they always. You got to look at the Greeks, the Romans. They had Antiochus in hostage. They said, man, if you don't cross this line to Egypt, because you can't have two lands. Because he wanted Israel and Egypt, so he got mad and he took his anger out on Israel. When he overtook us, he went back to Egypt and did his thing. You know what I'm saying? But the Greeks bumped head with the Romans.
And that's why, the scriptures say the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, right? And what happened when Alexander the Greek, when he died, he split his kingdom up into his counterparts, and that's when the evils increased.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got Edomite on all corners, on all sides. You know what I'm saying? And that's when the evil started to increase on earth.
Right.
And then they actually started to fight over the lands and shit. man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All for wealth, man. That's just carnal, man.
They even say, history-wise, they say Alexander was cool with Israelites.
Yeah, he
but,
was. Yeah,
you
I
know,
read up.
he
I read up on
trained
it.
with
I
them
look-
and all of that.
Yeah, he believed in that. He believed in the God of the Israelites. I read that on Google.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And then when you give it to his successors, they wasn't like Alexander. His whole kingdom changed.
Right.
Let alone his kingdom was split to 4, and they all was making war against each other.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring this out. This is Mark the 3rd chapter. I already know. I believe y'all know where I'm going. I'm gonna just start at 22. It says, "And the scribes which came down from Jerusalem said, He have Beelzebub, and by the prince of the devils casteth he out devils. And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand.
Right.
And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end." That's why the Greeks.
Right.
That's why the Greeks later on ended up falling. Look at the Romans. The Senate killed Caesar, right? And it kept happening after one successor of either that successor brother was trying to kill him for power. Then when you look at America, you know, who the hell told on Bill Clinton he was getting the Mach 4000 from one of his workers? You know what I'm saying? But this whole place, all these rulers, you know, all Edomite rulers, they always been against themselves. Always, man. When you go to Isaiah, I think 19, verse 2, Egyptian against Egyptian.
Yeah, I'm about to read it right now. This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 1. This is the burden of Egypt. Behold, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. See that first verse going into basically, when all hell breaks loose, man. All right, and it's gonna be fire hitting this land from the Egyptians having beef with each other, and the modern day Egyptians will be the Edomites, man.
Right.
All right, the earth was given it to them. They run as a whole. The Edomites run the earth, man. All right, so we got the Egyptians versus the Egyptians, and they shall fight one against everyone against his brother.
It's a lot right there. Everyone against his brother. Now they have that spirit of Cain.
Yeah.
So Cain hates his brother, right? So even in the spirit, they hate their brother. They hate each other. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It says, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom.
Yeah,
right.
Look what the Russians did to Ukraine.
Yeah.
It's Edomites in
Edomites.
Ukraine.
And they just right next to each other.
I'll show you. This is how we know who got it. Yeah, y'all got it. This is how we know who the who is in these scriptures.
Then you got the sucker.
They manifest themselves.
You got the sucker Edomite America trying to get money to the other sucker Edomite in Ukraine. They give all. That's why our money is going the way that it is, because he gave so much money to the Ukraine.
So lucky. I believe I saw something where they did a trade. America did a trade with, I don't know if it was Iran or something, where they gave in exchange for six of their men. They gave them like $1 billion or $1 million. It was something crazy that they gave in exchange, you know, for these men. I believe it was like Iran or somebody like that. That they actually traded the folks that they had captive for like $1 billion or something. It was something crazy. I gotta look it up.
That's crazy. And Joe Biden he trying to pass a bill around that billionaires got to pay 25% in taxes. Yeah, that's just. I think he just did that because of the Donald Trump situation he got going on with the taxes. You got to know the elites or their puppets. They're just out here just looking out for other puppets so that they can stay in the limelight. You know, everything outside the ministry is a freaking programming. You know what I'm saying? At its best. You know, when they created the damn electronics, TV, the cell phone, that really takes all your time. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody get into a fight, they record, one recorder say, hey, call the cops. And they the one holding the phone. You know what I'm saying? Esau created things to distract you, so you're not paying attention to the world. Talk to a Jake, ask them, do they know about break? They be like, nah, I don't watch the news, or they're not paying attention because the Lord, the Lord only choose certain men, to observe what's going around in countries, because shit is not only happening in America, it's happening in other places. Y'all heard of Maui, or it's not Maui, it's another place, and it was flooded blood. Yeah, they had a whole bunch of blood in their river. Go ahead, King.
Yeah. You brought up Matthew 12 already? Nah. But you got it. Go ahead.
They mentioned that only a select few actually knowing what's going on.
Like, are you sure it's on context? I haven't seen yours.
All right, this is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. It says, Yahweh Shai knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. Man, that's a prophecy right there, man. Hey, we know if the kingdom is against themselves, because in the kingdom of heaven, the whole world is going to be on one accord, man.
Yeah.
So we know that Yahweh Shai said the kingdom that's divided against itself shall not stand, man. And what's going to take this place out, man? Them nukes, man. All right, so going precept upon precept, we can see if division in the world, man. It's always been like that. That's how we know it's coming, man.
Second Ezra 6 and 9. It says you saw at the end of the world, and Jacob at the beginning of it, that follows.
Same thing.
Though the elect know this was not just saying at the time. The Lord gave us the Spirit. The book of Romans 11, verse 7. What then Israel now came, which we see.
That's right.
But the election that obtained it, and the rest was blinded. Only the elect really see what's going on. Only the elect really see that we're in the end of the time. Only the elect really see all the prophecies being fulfilled, all the judgment coming down, the world going to cast us, the heavens will be believed. Only the elect really see that.
And if you don't love this scripture, something wrong with you. Man, that's one of the best, that's one of the coldest, hard-hitting scriptures that they have in the scriptures, man.
Yeah.
Right? Now, remember,
if you can understand that,
right.
You all the way in there.
And what's so cold is, he was at a point in the camp where he was getting taught Romans, that was just something crazy, man. He was getting taught, But
we want to save everybody.
all you had to do was go to 11 and 7.
Yeah. And then it's so it manifests so well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got Israelites all over again, but you got brothers that just nowhere near. It's just like, damn, you might as well just not even know the truth. That's what I be thinking. I'm like, damn. Like,
No, it was it means two things, brother. It means two things.
No.
Interchangeable. It's interchangeable. It's interchangeable.
Gotta be interchangeable.
Like-
Just add it to what the Bible will tell you. This is crazy.
Like some Israelite dude just said, Deuteronomy 28 is not about Israelites.
There's a whole bunch of false doctrine out here,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? This is dealing with Israelites that wasn't in the land. Now this don't pertain to the ones that go in the land. But this Romans chapter 8, verse 28 to 30. If somebody can get Ephesians 1 and 4, it says, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are called according to his purpose, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called. And whom he called, them he also justified. And whom he justified, them he also glorified. So the Lord already knows who is those what we don't know. This is why earlier I brought out 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10. If you don't want to do the work, you cannot eat. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that's predestined, they're going to be where the work is at. Right? Their meat is not dealing with only food that perish away, but the meat of the everlasting food that the Most High gives us, man. So just what the brother was bringing out in the Romans 11 brought mad confusion with our brethren, man. Because that Romans 11, you got to know the Lord is only dealing with Israel. That whole Roman letter is towards Israelites. Bring that out.
It's like you go out here and we keep all these 12 signs, this 12 chart sign up. And we talk about it's for Israel. And then we sit there and counter yourself and say, oh no, it's interchangeable. It's talking about all nations. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you know that's not sound doctrine.
And the other nations made Israel jealous. But when you really break down history, the southern kingdom was jealous that the northern kingdom or the Gentiles could come back just through faith. Man, we did all this work. Man, hell no. You gotta understand the history on knowing you've been working hard to serve the Lord, been keeping the laws to the best of your ability. And you hear these Gentile Israelites can come by just with faith. Man,
That's like the prodigal son. That's how the prodigal son.
Not one Jake ever.
Yeah.
Not one Jake be stopping us.
Right. Not one, but you'll have it either.
The ones that the other they can be Israelites. You know what I'm saying? The ones that the other nations, man,
They will cleave.
They will cleave. The other nations look like they're cleave. Even because they know what the hell's going on. If y'all were just listening, y'all heard that man say, he just bought 100,000 in gold. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 55 ounces of gold, man. And he almost committed suicide because he lost all of his money gambling or whatever he said. Like I said, he had millions. Yeah.
Stock trader.
Yeah, stock, yeah. Stock, and he had his money, his millions in stocks, and committed suicide. Right. Punctured his damn his heart. Stabbed himself in the heart 4 times, and the Lord still kept him alive. And he agreed everything we were saying. He was listening.
He said some would seek death, they would find it.
Right.
He was seeking. He looked everywhere. He trying to man, I survived trying to kill myself. No, the Lord preserved you just for you to see the judgment going on, or for you to wake up. You never know.
That's what is that? Daniel 12:18. Any of them that sleep in the dust.
What's your name? Right.
Ephesians.
Yeah, Ephesians 1:4, kid.
I started at verse 3.
Okay.
This is Ephesians chapter 1, verse 3. It says, blessed be the Most High and Father of our Lord, Yahushua HaMashiach, who have blessed us with all spiritual blessings in heavenly places in Hamashiach. It says, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love.
Yep, that Romans 11:7. The Lord, he already chose the elect, man. That's why it's predestined that the elect is gonna come in this truth. Now,
Verse
yeah.
5, Salaki.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Verse 5, it says, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by Yahushua HaMashiach to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will.
Right, and like the elect, they gonna get up just like Matthew, just like John and James, and they're gonna serve Yahweh Shem Yahushai and not be ashamed. Now you see us. I'm not saying that we're the elect, just like Paul. I don't even consider me of that number. But the elect is gonna come, and guess what? A lot of us acknowledge where we were wrong in how we were bringing it out. Our brothers was putting that foot out. We was putting that foot out. you had Asher coming from the end of the line, putting that foot in. You had Elder Rick, and you forgot my boot. You know, if I seen an Edomite, and I had to admit this, acknowledge I was wrong. Man, you going to slavery, Esau? Or I would see an old woman dressing like a younger woman and saying, you know, our older women is trying to be in competition with the younger women dressing like whores. She come out the store and say, did one of y'all call me a whore? You know, we shouldn't be out here for contention either. We really out here for the elect that's predestined to come in this thing free willingly. That's free willingly. Like the Lord moved you, draw you to Hamashiach Yahushua. It's either from a video, you searching. Shoot, you might be a man that's not teaching at all, but you stand on that line and you believe he's real or something. You know, the Lord is only dealing with his elect. He's dealing with the few, not the many.
And in this verse 5, it says, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by Yahushua HaMashiach to himself. Right? And if you go to Romans 9, it's in spirit right there. Romans 9 in verse 3, it says, for I wish that I could for myself of Hamashiach for myself, Salakia, for I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh, who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises, who are fathers, and whom, as concerning the flesh, Yahushua came, who is over all, the Most High, blessed forever. Amen.
Man, yo, that one, yeah. Hi, yeah, get ready for God's that one verse, right. That's why I had to mumble it. yo, just like the verse he just read. No other nation no other nation was in the service of the Most High. No other nation. How can you obtain the adoption? How can you get grafted into something you was never in?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It don't make sense. It wouldn't make sense at all, man. But
the children of Israel were put up for adoption, man.
Right.
Because we was wild, bug out little children, man.
Right, and it makes
Most High had
sense.
to scatter us, you know what I
It
mean?
makes sense.
And have us raised by heathens, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You were a natural branch or a natural olive tree.
Right, because we fell away from the Lord. We didn't have the spirit of the Lord on us.
It became wild.
Yeah,
You know how, like, if you're in the world, like your children does something, like people in the world, their children does something, that's not my son, right? You know it's your son. No, that's not my son. No, I don't, and they don't claim him no more.
because they're not under the umbrella of what they taught them. They just went out and did some whole other shit. So they just disowned it, man.
Right.
You know?
And if you really study the scriptures, how can Israel be jealous? How can the heathen make us jealous? If especially if the elect come back and they know and they get in these scriptures, you actually start understanding Limitations 5 and 8. Servants have ruled over us. Ecclesiastes chapter 10. Servants is riding on horses and the prince walk. You know what I'm saying? It would make it plain that we will understand that all these other nations were servants.
Right.
You know, when you go into 2 Kings, the 19th chapter, the Assyrian king, he was telling them, he said, yo, don't believe what Hezekiah, because he's telling you a lie. All these other nations got gods, and then they getting overtaken by the Assyrians. So don't believe that your God is going to save you. And guess what? The Lord had that man die by his own children, and that we're so prideful, man. But only the elect is going to know the ministry of these things, man. So how can the nations make us jealous? When we tap into this truth, we're going to understand that no nation can make us jealous.
Real quick, what you said. You said the God, right? We were talking about this in the car. This is Psalms 96 and 5. It says, for all the gods of the nations are idols, but Yahweh Bashim Shai made the heavens, right? Yahweh Bashim Shai is the God of the Israelites, man, right? The one true living power, man. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to bring that out.
Going back to what you were saying, which I was saying about basically us being predestined. You know what I'm saying? And coming back to who we are. This is Ephesians 2 and 2. It says, and you have he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein in time past he walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now walketh in the children of disobedience. You see that? So now we're living. Why? Quicken means to live. You understand that? So before we came to who we are, because it tells you what's that Jeremiah 17:4, where it say we was gonna lose our heritage, you know. But now we're born again because we know who we are.
So like read that with the live. Instead of quicken.
It says, this is Ephesians chapter 2 and verse 1. And ye hath It says, and ye have he quickened. Right, so he quickened. That means he put his breath of fresh air. Right. Yeah, that means he blew his breath of life back in you, man. You talking about you Israelites? You have he quickened. Right, he refreshed. It says, who were dead in trespasses and sins, wherein the times past he walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air. That's the spiritual being Satan. Man. It says, the spirit that now walketh in the children of disobedience. You see, and that's the spirit that walks in the children of disobedience. That's who we were, but now we're quickened, man. All right, because we're back who we are. All right, and like the brother was bringing out in the first chapter of Ezekiel, it was meant to be like that, man. All right, we was given this truth, wills and knowledge and understanding from the beginning. You know, we was those. Now I ain't gonna say, but the elect was chosen from the foundation of the earth to get this truth, man, and for it to come back inside. If you go to the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, it say that the Lord blew the breath of fresh air into the what's verse 10? Ezekiel 37:10, the exceeding great army, man. Right, you know? So this is us standing back up on our feet, having flesh on our bones, actually living and walking.
Right. And like they go through mental problems. They go through, man. It could be any one of you that could be going through turmoil in your life, your job. The elect is just normal men, just like serious for you. How about you?
I'm just saying, watch this. It says verse 3. It says, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desire of the flesh of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. You see that? You just what you just said, it just explained it right on the damn T.
That's plain, bro.
Right on the damn T,
like he was talking about predestined.
Yeah.
Right there in the next scripture.
Right on the T.
This is what the brother is talking about. This is Ezekiel chapter 37. I'm gonna start at verse number 9. Then he said unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shaddai power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain, that they may live.
Why is the breath coming from the four winds? Because what? Why? Because we're scattered throughout the four winds. You know what I'm saying? So the breath of the heavenly, and this is manifest right now.
Right.
Because I can go on my YouTube right now, everybody live.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
You know? All over the place,
Yeah.
bro.
Even if you
Camp day and Saturday is mostly, most of the brothers is out right now teaching.
Yeah.
California. I woke up at 10 this morning. I was up at 10. I couldn't go to sleep. They was live over there in London. London. It's a camp out there in London. They go live at 1 p.m. daytime every day, which would be like 9 o'clock in the morning for us. But every day, I mean, all over the world, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So those slain is the children of Israel throughout the four corners of the earth.
It says, so I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
Right.
Then he said unto me, son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say our bones are dried, our hope is lost, we are cut off from our parts. It says, therefore prophesy and say unto them, thus saith Yahweh Shema Shaddai power, behold, O my people, I will open your graves and cause you to come up out of your graves and bring you into the land of Israel, right? And that's out of that hell, because we're right now we're living in our hell, man. We're living in this whole this place where we gotta drink water that's recycled from the toilet water and everything else that we use, man. This is the place that we're coming out of, man. You know, as a skeleton, man. We're coming back into our rightful estate, man.
Right.
Right.
The book of John 15, verse 16. You have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you. Right. That ye should go and bring forth fruit. Right. And that your fruit should remain. And whatsoever you should ask the Father in my name, he will be giving you. Right. So, hey, and the Lord called us. The Lord called us into the tree of the truth. The Lord gave us was not to say this is a gift. Right. But the Lord allows us to pick up these last days. Right. Yep. No. Only for our salvation.
Yeah, man. And that's the mercy of the Heavenly Father, man. You know, that's the. I'm gonna read this real quick. This is Ephesians 2 and 4. It says, "But the Most High, who is rich in mercy, for His great love, wherewith He loved us, even we were dead in sin, have quickened us." You see, that's the grace of the Lord, man. All right, by our Lord Yahweh Shai. It says, "Us together with Hamashiach, by grace ye are saved." That's right, man. You know, so by the grace of Yahweh Shai, right, the Lord has given us the spirit back, man. All right, so our Lord, what He did for us, man. Hey, man, that's the best thing that could ever happen to us, man. All right, it's getting up there and shedding that blood for the children of Israel, man. That's why we can do this today. You know what I'm saying? That's why we're not lost in the mind. That's why the Heavenly Father has given us the path. You know what I'm saying? The path is difficult, but we know where we're going, man.
We're looking at the brazen
Hey,
serpent.
man, we know.
That brazen serpent represents Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, man.
That's what we're looking at, you know, just as in the days of Moses, right? When they looked upon the serpent, you know, they were healed. And that's what we're looking at. We're looking at Yahweh Shai, who is that doorway, man. That's our salvation. That's our life, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a precept because brothers was talking about Ezekiel, but I'm gonna go straight to the point. This is St. John, the 11th chapter, starting at verse 40. Yahweh Shai saith unto her, said I not unto thee that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of the Most High. Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid, and Yahweh Shai lifted up his eye and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always, but because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he spoken, and he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand and foot, with grave cloths, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Yahweh Shai saith unto them, loose him and let him go. When we go to Romans, the 13th chapter, verse 11, you got to wake up out of sleep. And when you look at Lazarus, you have to look at Israel at a lower estate, which would be the grave. But we would look at it as being hell, or looking at Ecclesiastes 3 and 16. We're under the sun, which is judgment, which is our grave right now, right? And this is we're at a lower estate, just like a damn worm. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord is speaking to us, but only when you go to St. John the 10th verse, only the sheep of the Lord is going to hear him speak. That's why Lazarus woke up, just like Ezekiel speaking to those bones. We have to actually wake up. And that's why when brothers put a pause on teaching, or brothers put a pause on going out doing the work, you don't deserve to eat, man. If you put a pause on this and the Lord called you, woody woo, and you got a little taste of it, then your ass removed and you hit a ox over a girl, or you hit a ox over a job, or you hit a ox because of your money not flowing right. You know what I'm saying? That's the Lord's doing, man. The Lord is waking up true servants that's gonna actually wake up and come unto Him, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Yahweh Shai speaking to Lazarus is like Ezekiel speaking to the bones, man. And Israel was in a lower estate, and y'all niggas got spiritual earwax in your ear that you can't hear Yahweh Shai saying, let alone you can't even see the miracles he been doing for the past few months, man. He been laying them out, plain.
Straight up.
Remember we just read that in Deuteronomy. That's the thing we read that.
Yeah.
We want to bring that out?
Yeah.
Because our people don't see the true miracles that Yahweh Shai does for us every day. Right. Me and my wife, we was just talking about that. Like, damn, remember when we was making such and such amount of money and we was surviving, we was living, we had no cares. The Lord was providing for us, man. Yeah. Remember when we didn't have nothing, and we were still surviving. Right? The Lord is on us, right? You got that?
Hey,
We'll do my 29. 12?
Go ahead,
So like, yeah, so me and the brother were just talking about this on the walk over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll be up, but the Lord will bring you, he'll put you down at least once out the year, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You'll be straight.
Right.
But it's all for you to it's all for your growth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's all good. You know what I'm saying? You'll be back. You know, it's not meant for us to be those runner-ups on this side. You know.
That's it.
Started 12.
All right, this is Deuteronomy 29. I'm going to start at verse 12. That thou shouldest enter into a covenant with Yahweh Shema Shai thy power, and into his oath, which Yahweh Shema Shai thy power maketh with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, that he may be unto thee a God, and as he have said unto thee, and as he have sworn unto thy fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob, neither will you only do I make this covenant and oath, covenant in this oath, but with him that standeth here with us this day, before Yahweh Shemashai power, and also with him that is not here with us this day. For
Another one. That was one that we was talking about. It was one about how for 40 days they walked around.
and we was talking about the garments being was still fresh, but they couldn't. What was it? They didn't have. What was the other point? It was I know that the clothes. They didn't have no. It was like food. Because our minds was elsewhere, and we didn't pay attention to like the little things that the Most High do that's right in front of you. Your clothes not dirty, your shoes full intact, but you out in the wilderness for 40 years. 40 years. Your portion gotta be blessed, but your clothes is freaking brand new.
So your shoes weren't worn old, they weren't waxing old, your clothes weren't waxing old. He said he didn't even give you strong drink or liquor, but you still, you know, and that's the power and spirit of the how about Shemashai. That's how great he is, and he's able to do all that, and we can't even comprehend and pick up on that part.
I got you. Let's start at verse 4. Yet Yahweh Shemashai have not given you a heart to perceive, and eyes to see, and ears to hear, unto this day. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness. Your clothes are not waxing old upon you, right. And thy shoes is not waxing old upon thy foot.
They didn't even ponder that. The Most High brought them out of Egypt. Brought them out with a strong hand. With the huge
right hand.
So-called UFO, the chariot of the Lord. And they still didn't see that. Right? They said for 40 years you walked. Right? Because the anger of the Lord was so caught up on them that everybody who was talking, he made them walk around for 40 years so he could get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? But even in those 40 years, their shoes didn't wear out. I was just telling the brother, hey, I damn wear my boots there 6 months. It's about damn done, man. You know what I mean? What for 40 years? Right? Keep going.
They had the bare Nazareth.
Right. Very easy.
Yo, and the crazy thing, y'all gotta hope for that and have faith in that for Jacob's trouble, man.
Right.
Because Jacob's trouble is gonna come. You're gonna be rocking those butters, but them shit's gonna be called marvelous.
Right.
Clutter. Them shit's gonna be marvelous. Then it folded, right? But verse 6, it says,
Read it again.
what? Start at verse 4. No, we not Muslim, King.
You're not Muslim?
Yeah.
The Israelites.
Yeah, Hebrew Israelites. He said, Assalamu alaikum.
So get read verse 4 again.
All right, it says, yet Yahweh Shemashai have not given you a heart to perceive and eyes to see. Eyes to see.
Verse 3.
All right. The great temptation which thy eyes have seen, the size of those great miracles.
Right, they saw all that. They saw the great miracles.
Right.
They saw all these great things. Right, go ahead.
Yet Yahweh Shemashai have not given you a heart to perceive.
Right, like this brother that you walked past.
Right.
And heart to perceive.
And eyes to see, and ears to hear, unto this day.
Unto this day, right now. Right, what are y'all? Oh no.
Right. Yo, and let alone Muslims do not go on the highways and byways and teach. Let alone they're not teaching.
All they do is sell bean pies on the corner.
Right.
That's all they do. They hand out them newspapers.
Right. Verse 5. And I have led you 40 years in the wilderness.
40 years.
Your clothes are not waxing old upon you,
right.
And thy shoe is not waxing old upon thy foot.
40 years, bro. You walked around.
Ye have not eaten bread, neither have ye drunk wine or strong drink, that ye might know that I am Yahweh Shemashai, your power. He made sure you didn't eat no bread, you didn't have no wine or strong. You couldn't even get that.
So you were sober. You were sober.
That's crazy.
Even though you were sober, you did all, but you still didn't perceive it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You probably had the wine passed over, but guess what? The Lord did all these miracles in front of your face, just like Yahweh did with the disciples, right? The fish and the loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Right? They didn't perceive it.
Right.
You know, and some still doubted.
And they asked him questions right after. Right after the Lord.
This is Second Ezra chapter 1 and verse 15. It says, "Thus saith the Almighty Lord." It says, "The quarrels were as a token to you. I gave you tents for your safeguard. Nevertheless, you murmured there." It says, "And triumph not in my name for their destruction for your enemies. But ever to this day do ye yet murmur." That's our people, man. You know, the Lord did all of these things for you. Kept your clothes good in the wilderness. They didn't wither away. Your shoes didn't. Your shoes were still good.
Right.
Right?
Struck the rock.
Yeah.
How about Shemaiah told Moses to strike the rock to get him water?
Yeah.
And you still
And
murmur.
you still murmur, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Verse 17. Where are the benefits that I have done for you? Yo, that's the Lord saying, yo, I did all this.
That's a heritage of a kid, basically a spoiled kid that I've done all these things for you, and you still murmur.
Right. It says, when ye were hungry and thirsty in the wilderness, did ye not cry unto me?
It's like, how can we get mad at our kids? Because our kids are children of Israel, and they do the same damn thing, man.
Shit, this morning, my daughter woke me up 5 times crying, dude. I was so pissed, bro. I gave her snacks, this, that, juice. Put on the TV show she wanted to watch. She's still knocking on my door crying. Damn, is anything enough? God, that's shake, right. That's nothing enough, bro. Verse 18 is the point. It says, saying, "Why hast thou brought us into the wilderness to kill us?" It says, "It had been better for us to have served the Egyptians than to die in the wilderness." That's the damn mindset of wicked ass Jake. Damn. They seen the Lord part of the damn sea. They seen the chariot. They seen it right there. Yeah, right there, bro. How you walk through the? How you walk? That's like that's like the Lord splitting this right now. We walk through down there like, yo, what the? Yo, that shit is, y'all niggas is wicked,
But
bro.
what more are they going to do during Jacob's trouble?
Yeah.
This hour of temptation, where they're going to want to go back so they can get some goddamn Chick-fil-A, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
I'm not bringing on a precept, Asher, but to when you go right after what we just said, after the bread is eaten, after all of that, and they didn't proceed, the next two verses, the Lord takes them to Cheyenne, the king of Heshbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, and came out against unto us the battle, and we smote them. So right after we took somebody's land, and we hungry, starving.
And he kept mentioning that. And when you read the book of Deuteronomy, he kept mentioning about how we did that. And how, and how any other king that comes up against us, the same thing's gonna happen. But you gotta have that faith, you gotta believe in your how about Shema Shai.
Right.
But he prophesied then, and he said, he told Moses, hey, they're not gonna listen.
Yeah.
They still gonna go off.
Right.
They're gonna have a whole lot of trouble. They're gonna have a whole lot, and that's what it is. And Moses had to tell them. You know what I'm saying? Moses went up for a few days, man.
40 days.
For a few days, came down, they had built a golden calf, man. You know what I'm saying? And said, this is who took us out of Egypt.
And they seen
Bro,
it.
you know what I
And
mean?
they seen it
Come
delivered.
on, man.
That's how you know that's Jake. That's how
Jake
you
wicked
know
ass,
that's
bruh.
niggas,
Damn,
bro.
bro.
Only a nigga could do some shit like that.
Whoa, good. That is big.
I got a precept too. After you, Asher.
Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and caked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
See, Yasharon, man, wicked ass. The Israelites, they got spoiled, man. Right, that shit's crazy, man. Read that again. That was beautiful. What's that?
Deuteronomy 32:15. But Jeshurun waxed fat and kicked. Thou art waxen fat, thou art grown thick, thou art covered with fatness. Then he forsook Yahweh, which made him.
The Lord covered them with fatness, and they still forsook the Lord. Man.
And Salakia, when you read it, because I'm in the book of Deuteronomy right now, this Deuteronomy 32 is the psalm that Yahweh Shema Shai told Moses to teach the children of Israel so that they will remember, and this is all part of that song, you know what I'm saying, that they were supposed to remember.
Which will be the first time.
They forsook Yahweh, which made him, and lightly esteemed the rock of his salvation.
When you go, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 6, but the point is at verse 10, going with Yarmayan brought out, and which y'all, all of y'all did. It says, now these things were our example, to the intent we should not lust after evil things as they also lusted, neither to be idolaters as were some of them, as it is written, the people sat down to eat and drink and rose up to play. Neither let us commit fornication as some of them committed and fell in one day 23,000. Neither let us tempt Hamashiach as some of them also tempted and were destroyed of serpents. Neither murmur ye, as some of them also murmured and were destroyed of the destroyer. That's why when Jacob trouble come, it's gonna happen all over again. You're gonna have people complaining that they can't find no damn food, but they're gonna look at a distance. They're gonna see probably men of the Lord, maybe some women eating food, not even stressing, just come on, and they praying to the Lord, and they gonna be really thinking like, well, how is they? What is going on? Then they gonna be plotting, saying, wait until they sleep. We gonna go over there. We gonna take some food. They ain't gonna find no food. They gonna try to take your. It's gonna have your faith is gonna get tested in Jacob's trouble, bro. And it's gonna be almost the same damn thing that happened in your past. This is why Romans 15:4, the things was written aforetime for your learning. Niggas don't know about living like a pilgrim. You don't know. This is why prophecies have to be spoken to you so that you can get it into your medulla, right? And build it in your spirit so that you can apply that pressure, because we might be them same ones that's gonna murmur when that phone get cut off. You remember when it was like months ago where the internet was fucked up. Man, we couldn't even get on YouTube. Nobody couldn't make a YouTube video. Man, people was bugged out. You know what I'm saying? Your Facebook not working. Oh my goodness, this is the end of the world. You know that. I'm telling you, when shit really fall and the phone and all of that go off, you're gonna see Israel real true colors.
Yeah, and the mercies of Yahweh Shema, man, like we really can't grasp it.
Right.
We really can't grasp it, man. The mercy that he has done for us, man. When you think about it, every time when we went into captivity, we cried unto him and he delivered us. Every time, you know, and still we continue to this day, right? Continue to this day to rebel, not hear, and be a rebellion.
The last Mahego.
Last time, man.
Y'all brothers got any more precepts?
Got one close out.
All right, let's get it. Get out.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 51, in verse number 10. I'm just going to start at verse number 10. It says, create in me a clean heart, O Most High, and renew a right spirit within me.
Right.
Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. That's what you need to do, man. Right? If you got this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right, and the Lord has put that spirit upon you, you need to go out there and do that work. Teach the people, man. Warn the people, right? Be the watchman, man, in these last days, man.
Right.
Go do the damn work, man.
Well, I'm sorry, you should have never brought that out. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think you should have brought that out. This is again 2 Thessalonians 3, verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat. So if you ain't trying to do the work, you can't eat of this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. What you see in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, you devour it. What you see in Matthew 4:4, right? You don't eat by bread alone, but you eat by every word that the Most High gives, right? Our work is to do the will of the Most High, which Yahweh said in St. John. He said, my work is to do the work of the Most High, right? The Lord didn't rest, man. Yahweh came to do the work of the Most High until it was finished. And he got on that cross and it was finished for that moment, but he still got work to do. Imagine Yahweh probably up there pacing, waiting on that time where the Lord, hey, Lord, is it time yet? Is it time yet? He's waiting. He's waiting. He's probably either in his chariot or he just probably at the heavens, the Lord's gate, waiting on his time to return. Because I know the Lord is upset that Israel is spoiled, man. And this is why, if you're not willing to do the work of the Most High, move aside. You don't even deserve to come out and speak about the Bible, tell how brothers shouldn't be teaching. If a brother telling you should be recording, and you like, man, I'm teaching, I don't need to record, brother, you don't even deserve to teach right now, man. Because if you don't want to do the work, You're not trying to feed the ones that's starving in the spirit, brother. Put it down. You don't need, man. Get yourself right, then start doing the work of the Lord, man. If you ain't getting yourself right now, it's no point of waiting for that last moment. Niggas waiting for the last moment when you got all this time to get yourself right, man. We all going through something, man. There's no way, man.
You just understand Israel recorded everything.
Yeah,
Right? That's how we got this stuff today.
yeah.
Because it was recorded.
Uh-huh.
You know? So
Right.
right.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you, but other than that, if I could do it, you could do it. If you could do it, I damn sure could do it. And with that,
Call Allah, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Rakadah. Double honors to the apostles at Great Millstone who taught us the truth through the Holy Spirit.
right?
Shalom, peace and blessings to the elect. Throughout the four corners of the earth and to the next one. Shalom.
Shalom.
Bible ball.
Khan.
Make sure you read, man. Read, man.
Right. Apply the pressure, man. Other than that, Yahweh is the most high God. Yahweh shines in the world. He calls Jesus the Christ. And other than that, man, subscribe to the channel if you want more edification. Lord willing, this was edifying. If it wasn't, man, we're going to try again till next time. But keep it moving and keep striving. If you're not, step aside, man.
Stay in the spirit, man. We got the chance.
Khan, Yahweh speed.